Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, April 28th, and we are looking at Window Traders market profile of SPY, IWM, and Triple Q. And today is Fed Day. We had earnings out. Google was out, doing well. Microsoft stock is down. Again, I don't think any individual stock is going to move the indices that much, but we do like to keep an eye on the big ones. Today, though, the news front and center will be the Fed at 2 p.m. Remember, just quickly, it's not so much the 2 p.m. announcement. It's the press conference afterwards, which starts at 2:30 and lasts a lot of times about an hour with him answering questions. And that's the thing you have to watch for any kind of question that could trigger a word that the algorithms either like or don't like. So again, if you trade for a living, I would just wait for most of that to get done. There's no reason to trade during that time period when the market could be very, very volatile. As far as what's going on this morning, we're trading at the lower end of the range right now in the triple Qs. They were 12 wide yesterday. It was sort of an ugly B shape. We'll see what happens. They looked above yesterday's high, failed, almost took out yesterday's low, and then just balanced the remainder of the day. Russell, IWM, one time framing up 5 days in a row. 228.10 is that important level to me. They are pushing down towards the lower end of today, yesterday's range. See if they're going to stop the one-time framing up in the daily. But 228.10, that's really the last big hurdle as far as monthly or weekly destinations before they could grind to their all-time high. SPY and ES. Well, clear as day, we've been talking about this. Here's Friday's range in M period. We have spent the last 26 time frames inside of M's range from Friday. We breached it for a little bit yesterday, inside day down, which absolutely failed. And here we are smack in the middle in the profile around our POC. So considering, and the volume in the last 2 days was only about 51 million each day, we're averaging 80. So again, I don't expect a big move prior to 2 p.m. So you're going to have to be patient. There's probably going to be a lot of chop inside of yesterday's range. I do think, though, at some point within the next 2 to 4 trading days, we should get a decent move out of this, somewhere between $7 and $10, based on how tight the range has been, based on how low the volume is, the range has been, and how low the volume has been. I think this market's rating to break out. The question is it just consolidating here before we make the next move higher, or the buyer is going to finally give it up and shake out weak longs? Look at these 3 highs, how close they are. They're not going to last. At some point, you'll take this out. Plus, the overnight is the all-time high. All right, destinations for this morning. So for the upside, the first one is our overnight high, 418.08, which is right near yesterday's high, 418.14, 418.22 daily high, 418.25 weekly high, all-time high, 418.50 pre-market all-time high. For the downside, first destination. Now, we did probe yesterday. Right now, it's being rejected, just like yesterday's downside probe was, 417.99. Then we have 417.22, where we were 10 wide yesterday. Well, 417.19 is our overnight low. So that's going to be interesting to see. They're right near each other. Then we have 416.98. Afternoon pullback low, which was G period. 416.30, yesterday's low, and then you should have all the other destinations from prior videos on that trend day, which is held from the 23rd. So game plan for this morning. Kind of a repeat from the last 2 days. You're going to need patience. We know how the market trades inside of M's range. M period is very unpredictable the day of. The day after, a lot of times you'll trade all of M's range. We have 2 wide POCs, 10 wide from the last 2 days, not far from each other. So there's a good chance you're going to do some major, major chop inside of today's range, at least early to start. So worst of the risk reward, imbalance in value. If you push back to value low against G's low, you want to take a long, you can certainly do that. Any acceptance below there, say below A's low, I'd be out. On the flip side, if you're to push up, we see how much trouble buyers have had making new highs. If they do break through this prior to 2 p.m., Are they going to want to get good legs in extension before the Fed speaks? I would think not, but you never know. But I would still look to fade either before the high or a new high if they don't get any extension back into yesterday's range. I have seen trend days prior to the Fed speaking that day, but they rarely hold. Again, these are just early plays in CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room. You're getting play-by-play and the market profile streamed all day for $30 a month. Pre-market volume only 230,000, so very, very light. And then just quickly on the chart. So here's the weekly. Last week, they attempted to take out the prior week's low. They held it, closed at the top. Now this week, look at us banging at the top. So are we just consolidating here and we're going to pop again, or are we going to roll over? Markets don't go bull bear, right? They go balance, bull, balance. Now they're still bull because we're one time framing. Do we continue bull, or do we take out last week's low and come into balance? And the daily for now is balance since we took out yesterday's low. It's a 2-day balance. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.